Now, I was supposed to make a transfer video yesterday, a second one actually. I promised you guys I'd upload another one. But to be honest, time the transfer window, not a lot of stuff was moving on. There was a big part in the morning where I thought, Jesus, loads of transfers going to happen. Then throughout the day, it kind of slowed down a little bit. And by the time it finished, I thought, it's too late to upload a video now. A lot of you have gone to bed, a lot of you got work or school tomorrow or something like that. And I thought, there's no point uploading it then. So I've saved that video for today. So we are here today with an episode of Transfers 2. The deadline day sort of finishing ones, surprising ones you probably missed actually. So there's a good little title for the video, ones you missed. We got 6 players today, and like I say, they're all pretty good, all pretty decent. I've covered them for certain reasons. I've got loads of players I can cover for a third video, but that's up to you. If you want to see it, drop a like and a thumbs up down below. I've just actually got back from boxing. Now, there's something I want to talk about that. I was supposed to be on the KSI versus Joe Weller undercard, fighting another YouTuber, well, YouTubers, but it didn't happen. A lot of things went on, and I can make a video on that. If you want me to talk about it, drop a like and a thumbs up down below. I don't know if it's a video you lot care about, but if it came off, it would have been big. And like I say, if you want to see that, you want to hear me talk about it, it involves other YouTubers, drop a like, and I probably will. But anyway, let's get into the first player, and it is, of course, the one and only Giroud, who was not on the bench, okay? This is something a bit interesting about this. I want to tell you guys a little interesting fact. Now, Giroud was the first player match of the day that was on, like, the bench for 2 different teams or something like that, even though he wasn't quite on the bench for Chelsea, but, he was in 2 different jackets. He was in both the shots for 2 different teams on the same episode of Match of the Day. Really interesting, really strange, but there's a little bit of interesting fact for you. So it wasn't really great news for him, actually. They lost 3-0 yesterday. They did to Bournemouth at home, which is very strange. They actually signed him for, I believe, around £18 million they signed him for, so it's not big money, but, Giroud, he's a bit hot or cold, isn't he? Let's be honest, as a striker. So Batshuayi's gone to, obviously, Dortmund. I don't want to talk about the triangle once again, because I talked about it in yesterday's video, quite a lot of detail, so if you guys want to go over and watch that, there'll probably be a card up here or a card up here, somewhere like that. But yeah, obviously, the deal was an absolute merry-go-round. Now, Giroud told Chelsea's official site, Chelsea is one of the biggest teams in the Premier League. They have won maybe the most trophies in the last 6 or 7 years. I don't know if that's true. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. Have Chelsea won the most trophies in the last 6 or 7 years in the Premier League? I don't know. But anyway, he said, it's a massive club and I'm proud to sign for Chelsea. I'm looking forward to playing. Now, it's really strange because this is another situation where Arsenal have sold another player to a very close rival, and in this case, in the same city. So it makes it even stranger than selling to Man United all the time. Now, fair play. They did recruit. Obviously, they signed Aubameyang, which is very good. That's got the fans very excited and very happy about that. He featured in yesterday's video as well, if you want to go watch that. But yeah, Olivier Giroud is now gone to Chelsea. This is another rival selling situation. Very strange. Something that I just can't believe they've done, but they have done it, and they've done it again, Arsenal. And Giroud, well, I reckon he's going to do well at Chelsea. Just sort of, he always seems to do alright. He scores important goals, important times, and scores some very good goals as well. I don't think he'll be a 30-goal-a-season striker, but, he has got a lot of goals in him. And like I say, he will do well for Chelsea. I'm pretty confident in that. Now, someone that's not quite worked out in Manchester City, he's moved to a brand new team, and it is actually Mangala. He's gone to Everton on loan. Now, Mangala was, I believe, one of the most expensive centre-backs of his time. Well, when he signed in 2014, £32 million they paid for him. And it's just never really worked out for him since then, really. We're talking quite a few years ago now. Like I say, it just hasn't worked out for him. He's been on loan quite a few times as well. He's been in Spain playing and stuff. Now, the centre-back, okay, he's 26 years of age, is the club's 3rd January signing behind Phil Walker and striker Cenk Tosun. Mangala, who joined City from Porto in a £32 million deal in 2014, has started just 4 Premier League games this season, so he's just not getting a chance at City, is he? And now they signed Laporte as well. It looks even less likely for him. But I do think it's probably a good signing for Everton and stuff. There's obviously a lot of talent in this guy. He wouldn't be signed for big money if, they didn't really believe that he was a good player. And Everton, obviously, Sam Allardyce believes he's a good player as well, and he believes it's what it's what the club needs. Now, this is what Allardyce come out and said, okay? Mangala adds power, strength to our defensive unit. Also, he's naturally left-footed. We don't have a natural left-footer in the team at the moment. I didn't know that. Everton don't have a natural left-footer in the team. Michael Keane is not bad with his left foot, and Balassi is okay, but they are not naturally left-footed. Mangala is naturally left-footed, so it gives us a little bit of balance down that left-hand side defensively. I really didn't know this. Baines is pretty much naturally left-footed. I don't know what he's on about. And when he's playing with the ball forward from that position, he can play it much easier than a right-footed player can. So there's something that, if you guys didn't know about, a little bit of information. Mangala's the only naturally left-footed player in Everton's team. team, or defensively. I don't know what he means, but even if it is defensively, Leighton Baines is defensive. He's left-footed. I'm trying to think of anyone else in Everton's team that's left-footed. I'm not really sure, but yeah, let me know in the comments if that's, you know, technically incorrect. I'll be interested to know there. Then we've got another player now. Obviously, we've got Slimani. He's gone from Leicester to Newcastle, so very interesting situation with him. So Slimani, he's gone from another Premier League team to another Premier League team. He's gone from Leicester, which are down at 8th, to Newcastle, which is down at 14th. Obviously, it's a bit of a relegation battle down there. They're on 24 points. Loads of teams are on 24 points. In the relegation zone, they've got 20 points and 23. So Slimani's going to have to do what he has to do to keep Newcastle from going down. So he's going to have to score quite a few important goals. Now, Slimani, who actually joined Leicester in August 2016 for a club record fee of £29 million, which is pretty big money. He started just 2 Premier League games this season, so he's obviously out of favour with the Leicester boss. Benitez come out and said Slimani is a player with real Premier League experience. He is a player who can fight with defenders, challenge and score goals. Hopefully he can give us some more experience and some different characteristics to the strikers we already have at the moment. So yep, Slimani gone from Leicester to obviously Newcastle. Leicester fans, how do you feel about that? Slimani's a good player, and I've seen him score quite a few important goals for Leicester. He's pretty good with his head, scores a lot of headed goals, and yeah, he's come off the bench 10 times, I believe, this season, and only started twice, so you can understand why he would move on. What makes it stranger is the club's record signing as well, and he's only come off the bench, you know, quite well. He's come off the bench loads of times, but only starting twice. Club record signing, coming off the bench 10 times. So he can only be good for Newcastle, to be fair. Obviously, it's a very, very good signing. Someone that is very well experienced. Now, I don't know how much he's signed for. I don't know how much. It doesn't really say how much he's signed for. I know yesterday was a big hoo-ha about him being on a private jet going up to Newcastle and stuff like that, completing the deal. You know, Leicester Newcastle's not that far. Yeah, I suppose it probably is. I mean, if you can afford it, yeah, get a jet, definitely, if you can afford it. Now, something that's very strange in the next one, okay? Very, very strange. Anyway, we've got a player that's rejoined the former club. Andre Ayew has gone back to Swansea from West Ham. Now, this is very strange, right? Very, very strange situation. So, he's gone back there, which we all know about because, you know, I've just obviously talked about it. He's rejoined in a club record move as well. I believe this Swansea's now most expensive player, I believe. I'm not really too sure. Now, I believe they paid something like £21 million for the guy, obviously. But what's really strange for this one, okay? Yeah, he's gone back to Swansea. But West Ham and Swansea are two sort of relegation battle teams, right? Let's take a look where they are in the table, okay? So you've got Swansea, who've done very, very well recently. They've won against, I think, Liverpool and Arsenal. They've done some good results. They're 19th in the table, 23 points, of course. 1 point from, obviously, being out of the relegation zone. So it's all can change down there. But then you've got West Ham, who are on 27 points. So, you know, it's only 4 points between the two. And they've sold a player to another rival, a relegation battle rival. Because let's be honest, anyone under 28 points probably in this table, which is Bournemouth downwards, is probably in some sort of relegation battle. Like, it's a struggle. If you lose a couple of games, people under you win. There's such a tight gap. You could be slipping into a relegation zone at any moment. It really, really is a huge battle down there. And I think what's really strange about this is Newcastle have sold, not Newcastle, obviously West Ham have sold one of their better players. He scored some important goals for the club, and they sold it to another relegation battle rival player. Now, I know, obviously, they got big money for him. Obviously, Swansea have broke the banks, I believe, as making their most expensive signing ever. I'm not really too sure, but yeah. West Ham boss David Moyes confirmed that Swansea had launched a bid, and he made it very clear that they would need reinforcements before they could sell him. Well, have West Ham gone and, you know, reinforced it? I know they signed that striker. He made a bit of a video at the Upton Town. Wanted to say Upton Park, but you're not even Upton Park anymore, which is sad. But you're at the obviously Olympic Stadium. He's out there and he's saying, "Come on, you Irons, I can't wait to walk out in the bubbles," or something. And a lot of people were pretty cringing at that, to be fair. But yeah, I just thought this was worth a feature. I thought it was very, very strange that they'd sold another player to another Premier League team that are battling in the same sort of battle. But it happens, you know. Arsenal sell Sanchez to United. They're both battling for, if you like, top 4. Because let's be honest, City are pretty much walking away with the league. But yeah, let's move on to another player now. We got another one now, Lucas to Spurs. Now, Lucas to Spurs is a very interesting one, alright. I think it's actually a bit of a steal. They beat Man United yesterday 2-0. Man United were poor in that game. Not gonna lie, I was watching it. I was like, this is one of the worst defensive performances Man United have probably put in under Jose Mourinho. Probably, maybe, I don't know. That's up to you lot as well. So yeah, £23 million they paid for the PSG forward, which is very, very good, very cheap, I believe. He was signed for like 30 million as a bloody 18-year-old. I remember years and years ago, obviously, it was something like, I think Alex Ferguson wanted to sign him. Then when PSG signed him, Alex Ferguson come out and like criticised PSG for spending so much on an unproven teenager. Well, you know, there you go, 33.5 million they signed him from Sao Paulo back in 2013. Now, the 25-year-old Brazilian who signed signed a contract until 2023, so 5.5-year deal, which is very, very good. He's only made 6 substitute appearances this year for PSG. Obviously felt like, you know, he needed to move on. He actually came out and said, it's a new chapter in my life, a new challenge. I'll give my best for this club because I think we have a lot of quality and we can win big things. Why not the Champions League? He said that. He actually said that. Now, I don't think, obviously, Tottenham are a little bit way off the Champions League's, you know, title yet, let's be honest. But, you know, nothing wrong with a bit of ambition. I'm so happy it's a big club and I need to enjoy it, work hard and show my quality. So, yeah, he hasn't featured for Champions League this year for PSG, which makes him therefore available for Spurs. And it says here, Tottenham are getting a player who was promised so much but has lost his way in the new Mbappe, Neymar era at PSG, which is, you know, we probably saw this coming, really, the players that have signed him. So we got another player next. Well, last but not least, the player that joined Arsenal. He's an Arsenal player, and it just, I'm not sure ever really worked out for him since he's been at Arsenal. Now, he's earned a bit of money, so he's probably not all too bad about it. But we've got Debuchy, okay, who's joined St Etienne after Arsenal terminated his contract. Arsenal right back, Debuchy just joined St Etienne on a free transfer after his contract was terminated. Very, very strange situation. Let's get a bit of an update on this. Now, he's only signed a deal to the end of the season, so it's like a 6-month deal, which isn't really that great. But anyway, Debuchy, 32 years of age now, joined the Gunners from Newcastle back in July 2014, which is nearly 4 years ago this year. But he's only made 29 appearances since then for Arsene Wenger due to long-term injuries, so it just hasn't really worked out well for him, is it? His last appearance was an FA Cup third-round defeat by Nottingham Forest earlier this month. That was his last appearance. And yeah, I don't know why he's had his contract ripped up. I guess they've just paid it off. They paid off his contract and said just go for free. They obviously thought that was the best way to get rid of him financially. It makes no other sense other than that. But yeah, this guy, I mean, he was at Newcastle. He was doing very well at Newcastle, doing very, very well. Obviously, Arsenal, you know, they like the look of him. They signed him, and it's just not happened for him. Long-term injuries have put him out, and there you go. Anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is give my final thoughts and opinions on these transfers as they are. And yeah, we're going to go from straight away. We're going to go into the first one. We've got Giroud to Chelsea. I think Giroud is very well experienced in the Premier League. He knows the Premier League very well. Scored some very important goals. He's obviously the player that Chelsea have been looking for. They've been looking for a big hold-up striker. He's that guy. He's definitely got great hold-up play. I really admire his hold-up play. And yeah, I think he will do okay at Chelsea. He's not going to blow the world on fire, is he? But he'll do okay for sure. Mangala for Everton, the player that we're still unsure about. We're still unsure about that price tag. We're still unsure whether he can live up to that price tag. He obviously cannot do it at Man City, but can he do it at Everton? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Allardyce likes his left peg, apparently. Then we got Slimani in Newcastle. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty well experienced. He scored quite a few goals for Leicester. I'm sure he's going to do okay for Newcastle. He's got goals in him. He really does have goals in him. Andre Ayew, the Swansea's rejoined them for a club record fee. Really strange. Don't know why Newcastle... No, I keep saying this. Don't know why West Ham sold him to another relegation rival. But, you know, these things happen in football, don't they? Then Lucas to Spurs. I think this is, I think this is a good deal. 23 million they paid for him. I think it's a bit of a bargain. And, yeah, I'm surprised other clubs didn't go in for him. They probably did. But, yeah, Tottenham were probably the best club that went for him. Then we've got Debuchy with St Etienne. I mean, it didn't really work out for him at Arsenal. Hopefully he can find his form again. He's back in his home country of France. Good luck to him. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Have a good day. Drop a like and thumbs up down below. Peace.